Monsters do have their place. In the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep, in your favorite horror movies. But not in your living room, on your TV. Don't let pay TV be the monster in your living room. Pay TV and cable TV companies are seeking the right to charge you for the very programs you now get free. If you want to stop pay TV and save free television, sign the petition in the lobby of this theater. Let your lawmakers know how you feel in the fight against pay TV and cable TV.
There's a spook in Tin Pan Alley walking on the piano keys. He's a jiving ghost to make the most of his rhythmic tendencies. So better watch out, someone's about haunting the town with new kinds of rhythm. You may meet the boogie woogie boogie man. Better beware, better take care, 'cause if you don't, you'll go along with him when you meet the boogie woogie boogie man. If you see him once, he'll really hex you. Yes, that man can really vex you. With his bass, he almost wrecks you. Put the boogie, better get wise, 'cause if he tries, he will soon have you beating his rhythm when you meet the boogie woogie boogie man. Be sure every night that you lock the door tight, turning on every light, making all the room bright. If you don't do it right, what a terrible fright he will give you when he comes. He'll swing through the door, really get sore, cutting rugs on the floor by the hundreds or more. As he sings, he will pound with a horrible sound, like 100 million drums. If you see him once, he'll really hex you. Yes, that man can really vex you. With his bass, he almost wrecks you. Stay out of the boogie woogie, better get wise, 'cause if he tries, he will soon have you beating his rhythm. When you meet, you beat your feet. The joint ain't neat, but the rhythm's sweet. So if you don't, you go along. Then you think you're doing all wrong when you hear the woogie song of the boogie woogie boogie man.
A small American town. 15 years ago.
Michael?
Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory.
Totally charted.
Just talk.
Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Come on out.
Halloween, the night he came home.
House of Wax, the ultimate dimension in terror, comes to the screen in Stereovision 3D. Vincent Price, at his diabolical best, will take you room by terrible room on a journey to the ultimate chamber of horrors. Stereovision 3D will synthesize before your eyes the terrifying reality of it all. In Stereovision 3D, House of Wax.
So scary, we dare you to see The Monsters Crash the Pajama Party, the first movie ever filmed in Hollywood's latest miracle, fantastic horror vision. You'll be petrified as fiendish movie monsters actually become alive, then crash right out of the screen, run into the audience, and carry screaming girls from their seats right back into the picture to become part of the movie, never to be seen alive again. They might choose you. We warn you, this is not 3D. The movie monsters actually become real flesh and blood. See what happens when the Pajama Party Girls meet the Mad Doctor's girl-crazed monsters. 1,001 exciting scenes, on screen and right in the audience alive. All in the world's weirdest movie, The Monsters Crash the Pajama Party, in horror vision and color.
in person, on stage. First time here. 3 all-new Super Shock shows. Stage show number 1. From beyond the grave, it's Dr. Evil and his Tears of the Unknown. Unlike anything you have ever seen before, the theater is turned into a graveyard. Your seats become coffins. Weird creatures sit next to you and put their cold, clammy hands around your throat and whisper things in your ears. Live snakes roam up and down the aisles. Inhuman monsters run loose in the audience and cut off the heads of beautiful girls. It's weird and unbelievable. Plus, stage show number 2. See in person The Mummy and King Kong. Famous Hollywood gorilla. Real and alive. We can't advertise what the mummy does when he grabs beautiful slave girls and the lights go out. But wow, something you never dreamt you'd see anywhere. Warning, girls should not come alone. You will have nightmares for a week. However, the theater management will stop the show anytime it becomes too scary. All on stage in person, plus a horrific screen program. We dare you to sit through all the shows, and if you do, you win a free shrunken head or living skeleton.
You are invited to join the Banshees, the werewolves, the vampires, the gooks, who are all coming to our Halloween convention of spooks. You'll enjoy this lively group if your blood doesn't end up in the soup. Practice your screams. Break out your shrouds. Tighten your nerves. And join the crowds at our convention of spooks.
Kinds of shock shows combined. Super Shocker number 1, Dr. Macabre's Frightmare of Movie Monsters. Imagine seeing almost all the screen's scariest monsters alive, in person. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Teenage Frankenstein, Daughter of Dracula, The Fly, a man's body, a fly's head. Rodan, the flying monster, the colossal beast, and more, many more, never here before. Plus, Super Shocker number 2, Spooks A-Poppin', a thrilling new idea in spook shows. We double dare you to see this double header of super monstrous, superhuman, super shockers, in person on the stage.
mystery man of all time, Houston, and the original Houston's Hallucinations, starring the girls with Hex Appeal, Joyce Harris, Kathy Bard, Sherry Winters, Cindy Curtis. Girls, girls, and more girls, dressed in the most daring designs Paris has to offer. And if you want mystery, witness the unbelievable Flight to Outer Space. See a girl without a middle, and the weird and unusual burning of a she-devil. See all this and more in Houston's Hallucinations, coming on this stage soon. Extra, extra, the first time on any American stage, see the talked-about girl in the topless swimsuit. It's sexational. A new kind of horror show. Dr. Satan and his Shrieks in the Night. If you think you've seen horror shows before, we warn you, this new kind of show is completely unlike anything you have ever seen. The action takes place in the audience. You'll be surrounded by the most hideous horde of horror creatures ever to walk on the earth. You'll see back from their graves fiendish vampires who drink human blood, living corpses, werewolves, ghost women, 1001 nightmarish creatures. Girls, do you have the nerve to meet the Invisible Man? He puts his arms around you. You can't see him, but you feel his presence. What a new thrill. Dr. Satan hypnotizes everyone in the audience, including you. You'll see the slave maidens at the mercy of hideous beasts, human sacrifices, death on the slab. So scary, your blood will run cold. Dr. Satan has appeared in person with and startled George Goebel, Donald O'Connor, Orson Welles, Jack Bailey, Art Baker, and many others. Ed Johnson of the New York News wrote, "At long last, I have seen a horror show even scarier than advertised. A horror show strictly in a class by itself. If it's thrills you want, thrills you'll get when you see Dr. Satan's Shrieks in the Night. It's brand new. It's brand new. Positively has never been shown at this theater before. Don't miss Dr. Satan's Shrieks in the Night. Plus a great
much can the human mind stand? Do you dare pit your sanity against our marathon of fright? Shock follows shock. Your breath comes in gasps, hearts fall. Then, the mind explodes. For the unlucky ones, a straitjacket and a free trip to the booby hatch. To the strong, a free Fright Club membership card. See the grisly, macabre marathon of fright and learn your fate. Will it be life or living death?
Did opportunity knock? And you weren't home? Your girl run off with another guy? Your tires all flat? And your engine blown up? Don't be discouraged. You haven't seen anything yet until you attend our Friday the 13th Jinx show. This could be the end of everything, because if the jinx doesn't get you, our show will scare you to death. Live monsters may roam among you. Anything can happen and probably will. So if you think things can't get any worse, take a chance and come to our Friday the 13th Jinx show. See lobby poster for time and date.
Buy your ticket now. Look what's coming to see you on our stage and in the audience. The most weird and uncanny stage fright of them all is headed this way direct from Hollywood. Hollywood's Monster Show. Millions have been thrilled. Millions are waiting to be thrilled by the greatest horror the screen has ever known. Frankenstein, coming on stage in person. See swamp spiders and jungle worms creep through the audience. Feel the hands of mystery chill your spine. Hollywood Monster Show. Girls, here's your chance to cuddle up to your boyfriend. And and discover if he's a man or a mouse. Your heart will stand still when you see Hollywood Monster Show, presented for the first time upon the stage, featuring in person direct from Hollywood. The creature, will he destroy you? Due to hundreds usually turned away at every performance, ticket sales will be limited to the seating capacity of this theater. 2 thrilling hours of your life you'll never forget. Extra added attraction on our stage, alive. He's back from the tomb. The Mummy on our stage, in person. Tickets now on sale. Buy your tickets now. Be assured of a...
Stand by. Interference from Planet 13.
Come in. Come in. To mortuary of 18 living nightmares.
Where Carl Coom of Hollywood presents horror. For the first time on stage, the fourth dimension.
Can it be true that any volunteer will be decapitated with a meat cleaver?
See it, hear it, and actually feel it.
Unbelievable but true. 13, 14, 15 knives will be driven through the head of any unsuspecting person.
If there is anyone left, after the crawling thing from Planet 13 creeps over the audience seeking fresh human blood.
Look out for the monsters, skeletons, and other creatures flying above you, running after you to rip your flesh apart.
Carl Coom, the master of horror, has more delicate acts.
Lady Godiva on a white horse, drifting in midair.
For those who will embarrass easily, blindfolds will be furnished free with peeking hold.
In case you pass out during this triple horror science mystery show, that's tough.
Pleasant nightmares, friends.
Good evening. As you can see, I'm dressed for a funeral, but not mine, yours. For you see, I've already been dead for such a very, very long time. But I've come back to bring you news of the most gruesome twosome ever produced, the crawling thing and the creature of evil. Watch, listen, shudder, die with fright. It's a psychedelic nightmare. So tune in, turn on, and drop dead. Well, I must be going now, but you'll be back. I know you'll be back, because grave curiosity won't permit you to miss these two ghoulish, cruelish features, the crawling thing and the creature of evil, produced in Hollywood by maniacs.
You'll see blood-curdling sadistic surgery. Someone's head will be cut off with a butcher knife and thrown to the audience. Don't lose your head. Do you believe that the out-of-space monster who died, yet alive, will come to seek the warm blood he needs to keep himself alive? Don't treat this lightly. How are you fixed for blood? The dead will return from graves. Ghosts and skeletons will fly above you, and some may sit by your side and plant cold, damp kisses upon your cheek. Do you believe that a lady from the audience will be hypnotized and float in midair above you? Wait and see. Do you believe the brain of any volunteer from the audience will be pierced with 15 knives and yet he'll live? Wait and see. Or why not try it yourself? Or are you brave enough? Here is the greatest show of its kind on the Earth, or out of space for that matter. Don't come alone. You may need help. Help! Help!
depths of darkness rises Garganta, the true king of monsters. He's on his way alive, in person, to scare the yell out of you. Garganta on the stage in Dr. Siltini's giant triple Scream Show for the first time on any stage. The stage show that brought you the Frankenstein monster in person now brings you direct from Hollywood, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe, alive and in person, in a 3-hour performance filled with more chills, thrills, laughs than you ever experienced in this century. It is engrossing, exciting, fascinating, filled with tense climaxes, gripping scenes, beautiful starlets. Yes, it's Garganta, this wild, inhuman menace, this 782 pounds of dynamite that makes Kong the gorilla look like a monkey. And that's not all. During the dark seance when all the lights are dimmed, ghosts, spirits, and vampires descend into the audience. You may find yourself holding a ghost, your girl, or someone else's girl. So watch out when the lights go out. But as Mae West would say, it'll separate the men from the boys. In New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, critics have proclaimed this stage attraction to be the show you must not miss. Even though it's a stage presentation to send you home in frantic flight, there are also some very eye-appealing scenes created by these beautiful Hollywood starlets in gorgeous costumes designed by Adrian. Yes, it's a stage show for everyone. But those of you under 16, please be accompanied by an adult. Not only because of what takes place during the performance in the dark seance, but the adult may be afraid to walk home alone. Now is your first and only chance to see, in person, on stage, and alive, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe. Watch for it. Remember the time, the place, and the date to see Garganta, alive and in person.
Graveyard late at night and seen a coffin open?
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated?
Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them.
See all this and more when you see on stage, in person,
that crazy mixed up Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown.
Unlike anything that you ever seen or heard of in the past.
Hideous creatures from beyond the grave leave the stage and grab girls right out of their seats.
Girls, do not come alone. Bring your boyfriend to protect you when the lights go out.
You may find a live snake or rat under your seat.
A real dead body is given away to some lucky person at every performance.
Also, in person,
the Mummy and King Kong, famous Hollywood gorilla, real and
season of the witch, the night no one comes home.
Monsters do have their place. In the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep, in your favorite horror movies. But not in your living room, on your TV. Don't let pay TV be the monster in your living room. Pay TV and cable TV companies are seeking the right to charge you for the very programs you now get free. If you want to stop pay TV and save free television, sign the petition in the lobby of this theater. Let your lawmakers know how you feel in the fight against pay TV and cable TV.
Good midnight to you. You are here at the invitation of the young American mystic cult of horrors. And you shall enjoy being horrified to the point of sheer panic as you are transported into the dark sepulchres of this mysterious night. And you may feel yourself changing from the gentle person you are to a monster with dark green blood running through its veins. Or you may change into a werewolf with long fangs for teeth. Or you may become a vampire with a deep urge within you for a refreshing drink of blood. Warm human blood. Of course, these changes will happen to only a few of you, while others will remain as themselves, in a way, in a strange sort of way. And some may notice a feeling of loneliness and have an urge to run far into the darkness, to the nearest cemetery, to be in the company of the other souls who walk in the night. Some may imagine they feel long, bony fingers clutching at their throats. If this should happen to you, don't move a muscle. Don't make a sound. Don't even breathe. Just cross your fingers, as a cross usually protects you. If not, you will have the time of your life. The last time. The story begins in a few moments, and as it moves you from one horror to another, you may feel things about you, near you, so near to feel their cold, clammy breath on your body. Or you may feel other things, things without shape, of any kind, yet you'll know somehow that they are very close to you. You may feel something crawling all over your body that leaves cold, damp impressions on your skin. And some of you may feel your hands tingling a bit here and there. Don't be alarmed. These are the friendly ones. The only friendly things you'll feel during this night of terror. I leave you now in a trance of enjoyable hallucinations of the horrible things in store for you. And after your weird experiences, I will return to lead you out of the darkness of death back to life.
Listen, if you can imagine the furor of love, then maybe you'll hear. These walls here, these windows answer. The Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is a motion picture magnificent in its horror. Therefore, this certificate assures burial service without cost to anyone in the audience who dies of fright while seeing The Screaming Skull. See the re-visualization of a woman scorned. See the vengeful violence of the undead. The Screaming Skull, starring Alex Nichol. See Terror from the year 5000 and The Screaming Skull.
Enter the cavern of unknown horrors. Listen.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
See, the only existing specimen of a spider, bigger than a human.
Man, I better find out what made this creature so big. And find out fast, or we're all going to be in pretty serious trouble.
For shocking, skin-crawling excitement, meet face to face 50 creeping tons of black horror. See the spider.
What's the matter, honey? You don't look so good.
Oh, I've got a real bad headache. I'll go get some Cokes and something. Two Cokes, a couple of hot dogs, and what are you doing after the show? Thank you. Oops. Oh, boy. Oh, I feel terrible. Just spilled Coke on me, too. Watch it. Gee, what if I ought to go to the bathroom first? Ooh, those cramps again. Now I should have eaten that Japanese food. Yeah, well. Oh, boy. Oh! I just dropped the Oh! Oh, well, what can you expect from a three-fingered claw? Oh, God. Coke is just going down the drain. Hot dog is ruined. Oh. Oh, my. Oh. I don't throw up soon.
I'm hiding again. I think Jackalman is going to strike something. Where'd I leave the car?
I wonder what's taking him so long.
Oh, these shorts are too tight. They make me walk funny.
of Wax, the ultimate dimension in terror, comes to the screen in Stereovision 3D. Vincent Price at his diabolical best will take you room by terrible room on a journey to the ultimate chamber of horrors. Stereovision 3D will synthesize before your eyes the terrifying reality of it all. In Stereovision 3D, House of Wax.
A small American town, 15 years ago.
Michael?
Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory. Totally charted. Just talk. Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Come on out.
Halloween. The night he came home.
There's a spook in Tin Pan Alley walking on the piano keys. He's a jiving go-to to make the most of his rhythmic tendencies. So better watch out, someone's about haunting the town with new kinds of rhythm. You may meet the boogie woogie boogie man. Better beware, better take care, 'cause if you don't, you'll go along with him when you meet the boogie woogie boogie man. If you see him once, he'll really hex you. Yes, that man can really vex you. With his bass, he almost wrecks you. Put the boogie, better get wise, 'cause if he tries, he will soon have you beating his rhythm when you meet the boogie woogie boogie man. So be sure every night
that you lock the door tight,
turning on every light,
making all the room bright.
if you don't do it right,
What a terrible fright
he will give you when he comes.
He'll swing through the door,
Really gets sore,
cutting rugs on the floor
by the hundreds or more.
As he sings, he will pound
with a horrible sound,
like 100 million drums.
if you see him once, he really hex you. Yes, that man can really vex you. With his bass, he almost wrecks you.
Stay out of the boogie woogie.
Better get wise, 'cause if he tries, he will soon have you beating his rhythm.
When you meet,
You beat your feet, your joint ain't neat, but the rhythm's sweet. So if you don't, you go along. Then you think you're doing all wrong. When you hear the woogie song of the boogie woogie boogie man.
Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.